Good evening, and welcome to your AI Daily Press evening podcast for June 19th, 2025. Tonight, we're summarizing the key developments from our recent articles. Firstly, we took an in-depth look at Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's rule in Iran, exploring the complexities of his leadership and the factors that have contributed to his enduring power. We also examined the potential implications for the region as speculation surrounding his successor grows. In other news, the UK's Attorney General has cautioned the government against participating in Israel's conflict with Iran, citing concerns over the legality of such actions. This development has significant implications for Prime Minister Keir Starmer and the UK's potential role in the conflict. Lastly, we brought you updates on the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine. The situation remains dire, with a recent Russian attack on Kyiv resulting in 7 deaths and 37 injuries. Canada has announced new sanctions targeting Russia's shadow fleet of oil tankers, while NATO members are set to discuss raising defense spending to 5% of GDP. As the world navigates these complex conflicts, we urge all parties involved to prioritize diplomatic efforts and work towards peaceful resolutions. We'll continue to bring you updates and analysis on these developing stories. That's all for tonight. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press. Until next time, stay informed. And that's the way it is. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. Good evening, I'm Barbara Waters, and welcome to this evening's edition of the AI Daily Press podcast. Here's a brief summary of our top now for the latest in business and finance. Here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, the Federal Reserve's decision to hold interest rates steady has sent a mixed signal to markets. While stocks rallied initially, they ultimately finished little changed, and Treasury yields rose as Powell spoke. The 10-year yield is now back up to 2.06%. This move indicates that the Fed is walking a tightrope, balancing economic growth with inflation and trade tension. Across the pond, the Bank of England has also opted to keep interest rates on hold at 4.25%, despite expectations of a rate cut. The split decision among MPC members suggests that a rate cut may be on the horizon, possibly as soon as August. The UK economy is navigating slowing growth and heightened uncertainty, with inflation currently at 2.1%. Lastly, in an exclusive interview with ET Markets, Arun Padar shared his insights on the current market landscape, urging investors to exercise caution amid stretched valuations and macro uncertainty. He recommends a disciplined approach to investing, focusing on operationally strong and cash-rich providers, particularly in the healthcare sector. In summary, global markets are experiencing a period of heightened uncertainty, with central banks walking a fine line between supporting economic growth and managing inflation risks. Investors should remain informed, adapt to changing conditions, and prioritize disciplined investing strategies to navigate these complex times. That's all for tonight's podcast. Thank you for joining me. And until next time, stay informed, stay ahead. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, we explored the fascinating topic of near-Earth objects and how they can be detected using advanced telescopes. We discussed how a new telescope, with its 3.2 billion pixels, will revolutionize our understanding of the solar system by tripling the number of known near-Earth objects and detecting 10 times more trans-Neptunian objects. Secondly, we reported on a recent explosion at SpaceX's Starship testing facility, which has raised concerns about the safety and reliability of their technology. Despite this setback, Elon Musk remains committed to sending humans to Mars as early as 2024. Lastly, we looked forward to the unveiling of the first images from the Rubin Observatory, a cutting-edge telescope that promises to reveal new insights into the mysteries of the universe. With its advanced capabilities, This telescope will enable researchers to study galaxy formation, black hole behavior, and near-Earth objects with unprecedented precision. These stories remind us that space exploration is an ongoing journey, full of challenges and discoveries waiting to be made. As Vera Rubin once said, "The universe is a pretty big place. If it's just us, seems like an awful waste of space." Until next time, keep looking up at those stars. And who knows what wonders we might discover tomorrow. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. Firstly, we highlighted the achievements of exceptional student athletes who have demonstrated remarkable prowess in their respective fields. These individuals embody the spirit of athletic competition, showcasing dedication, perseverance, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. Next, we turned our attention to Xavier Legette, the talented young wide receiver from the Carolina Panthers. Despite facing challenges during his rookie season, Legette is determined to improve, focusing on reducing drops and learning from veteran teammates like Adam Thielen. His partnership with Lidl US for their Butcher's specialty meat line also showcases his fun-natured personality and love for Southern culture. Lastly, we delve deeper into the complexities surrounding athletes like Xavier Legette, acknowledging the pressures they face and the importance of maintaining journalistic integrity in sports reporting. As I always say, tell it like it is. We must respect and dignify these athletes, providing balanced analysis and separating fact from fiction. As we conclude this evening's podcast, I leave you with a question. What does the future hold for Xavier Legette and the Carolina Panthers? Will they continue to rise to new heights, or will they face challenges that test their resolve? The drama of athletic competition is always unfolding, and we'll be here to bring you every twist and turn. This is Howard Closewell speaking, signing off. Until next time, when we'll explore the next great story in the world of sports. Thank you for joining me on the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Currell.
Thank you, Howard. First, we traveled to Melbourne, Australia, where an innovative restaurant is serving up a culinary experience with a twist, a chef's table in the kitchen. Unfortunately, our article did not cover this topic. However, we did visit a farm in rural England that has made the bold decision to swap milk for cow cuddles, offering a therapeutic experience for visitors while supporting conservation efforts. Next, we headed to Wales, where Hollywood actor Michael Sheen is making waves with his new theatre company, Grand Ambition Theatre Group, which aims to showcase Welsh stories and bring arts to the community. The company's first production, Our Town, will debut in January next year. Lastly, our culinary journey took us to Melbourne was not featured, but instead, we found ourselves in a quaint countryside setting where a dairy farm has turned to an unconventional venture, cow cuddling experiences, to stay afloat amidst challenges such as climate change and flooding. These stories remind us of the power of innovation, community, and compassion. Tune in next time for more inspiring tales from around the world. Until then, good night, and thank you for listening to the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Now, for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. I'm Joan, and I've got the scoop on the latest music news. Let's dive right in. We've had an exciting week in music with some legendary artists making waves. First up, we paid tribute to the late greats, celebrating the enduring legacy of iconic songs like Metallica's Enter Sandman, which has spent over a decade on the charts and is still rocking strong. Next, we talked about Ed Sheeran's new single Sapphire, which debuted at number 2 on the official singles downloads chart in the UK. Although it didn't quite snag that coveted number 1 spot, it's still a hit in its own right, and Sheeran's impressive track record of 35 top 10 hits and 80 overall placements on the UK charts is definitely worth noting. Although it didn't quite And finally, we gave a shout-out to rising star Sabrina Carpenter, who beat out Ed Sheeran for the number 1 spot on the official singles sales chart with her latest hit Mancha. It's always exciting to see new talent making a name for themselves in the music industry. That's all for tonight, folks. Thanks for tuning in to the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Until next time, keep on rocking. And remember, can we talk? Indeed. Oh, grow up and face it, darling. Music is here to stay. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David at Nature.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, we've been following the story of the American chestnut tree, which was once a staple of eastern forests but has been decimated by disease. A coalition of scientists and conservationists is working to restore the tree through traditional breeding techniques and genetic modification, with the goal of creating a more resilient and disease-resistant species. Next, we've been exploring the complex world of protists, tiny microorganisms that live in our gut microbiome and play a crucial role in maintaining our overall health and well-being. Researchers have found that these creatures have both positive and negative effects on our bodies, and are now studying their incredible genetic diversity to unlock their potential as therapeutic agents. Finally, we've been looking at the impact of invasive species, such as the raccoon dog, which is threatening native wildlife in Europe. The introduction of non-native species can have devastating consequences for ecosystems, and conservationists are working to raise awareness about the importance of protecting native habitats. These stories highlight the complex relationships between humans, animals, and the environment, and demonstrate the need for continued research and collaboration to address the pressing issues facing our planet. Thank you for joining us tonight on the AI Daily Press. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David at Nature for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.